Thank you very much for that. Worst to first is actually true. I'll get to that shortly, but that is why I'm wearing this crazy getup on May 14th. This is what we wore when we went to away games at Arbor Huron High School hockey team, both the coaches and the players. It's not very suitable for now, but I'm in character, so here we go. What I get when I travel the country, giving talks to corporations and the like, is everyone's complaining about Generation Y, the millennials. We haven't quite defined them exactly, but basically anybody between 15 and about 30. All right, I am told endlessly that they are lazy, they are sloppy. And you kids in the high school right now listening, they're talking about you, by the way. So they're lazy, they're sloppy, they're selfish, they're spoiled. They expect a trophy for showing up on time. That is not how the real world works, I'm told. All right, and this is the problem. I'm here to tell you this, based on my experiences coaching the Huron hockey team from 2000 to 04. I also teach at the University of Michigan and teach at Northwestern University, the graduate students. I've coached and taught these kids from 15 to 30 pretty much the last 15 years, nonstop. I can tell you this, I have seen those behaviors. I do know what you're talking about. And I can tell you this also, if your people are acting like that, it is our fault. We have failed them. Look at yourself first. The reason they act like this is we ask too little of them, not too much, and we ask too little of ourselves. I'm going to prove this here in a second. The team you see up there, Arbor Huron High School, look at those cool uniforms right there. Love those guys. Still in touch with 54 of those guys. We're still all in touch. To this day, I'm going to 4 of their weddings this summer, so that's how that one has worked for us. This team in 2000 was not merely bad. They were 0, 23, and 3. I don't care how much you know about hockey, that is not good, all right? You cannot spin this. We had not won a game in a year and a half, and we play a lot of games. They had not won a league game in 3 years. That's not good either, all right? There's some website that one of my coaches found called usahockey.com. You look on there, they actually rank somehow every single high school hockey team in the United States. This is ridiculous. We don't even play all the teams in our state, let alone the nation. But nonetheless, in 2000, my buddy told me, Pete Ure, great assistant coach, he said, check this out. That year, 2000, out of 1,256 teams, Arbor Huron High School ranked 1,256th. Thank you. Not bragging, just saying. You may have heard of bad hockey teams, but dead last, really? Man, they had teams from Arizona and California ahead of us. Come on, man. We have ice where I live. We must be better than those guys. So that was the bad news. Worst news is the guy they picked to lead this team was yours truly. If you think the team was bad, you have no idea how bad I was, and I can prove this. All right? From 79 to 82, I was on the Huron hockey team. The team was great. We were a Final Four team. I was much less so. I still hold the record, though, not bragging, just saying. Still hold the record for the most games in a Huron uniform, 86, with the fewest goals, 0. I played forward. That's not good. It's actually, in fairness, it's actually a brother record. My brother and I hold this together. He played for Huron also. He never scored a goal either. Now, he likes to point out that he played goalie, but we all got excuses, you know what I'm saying? So let's do this right here. Let's take the worst team in the nation. Let's couple them. Let's lead them by the worst player in school history. Yes. This is the combination we're looking for here. So that's what we had as of June of 2000. I knew I needed help, a lot of help. I got a great staff. My joke there was my goal was to be the dumbest guy in the coach's room. I greatly exceeded my expectations. I had a great, great staff, still great friends of mine. I sought out Al Clark, my mentor at Culver Academies in Indiana. This guy's been National Coach of the Year. He's produced over a dozen NHL players, over 100 Division I players. This guy's amazing. All right, great guy, Phi Beta Kappa math major, all this stuff. So I say, Al, I need help. And he said, I said, what do I do? He said, here's what you do. We're having lunch in Ann Arbor. And he said, here's what you do. The first thing you got to do to turn this thing around is you have to make it special to play for Huron. And the easiest way to make it special is to make it hard. And that is the exact opposite advice that everyone's given you about this generation. That's why it's not working. You make it hard. You make it harder than you think they can handle, and they can handle it. Why do we admire the Navy SEALs? Because that is almost impossible. They are not rich. They are not famous. All right, they have to be anonymous. They make government paychecks. All right, but we know how utterly impossible it is to be a Navy SEAL. That gets our respect. And they turn down thousands every year who want to be Navy SEALs. So that's my job, to make my team with the worst player in school history, the worst team in school history. We got to be the Navy SEALs of hockey, and damn it, that's what we did. All right, before I even met these guys, I sent a letter to everybody on the roster. And I said, congratulations. You have just joined the hardest working high school hockey team in the state of Michigan. And damn it, we were. We were, I guarantee you. I know what Pioneer across town was doing, our arch rival. Trenton wins all the state titles. I'm watching them too. 1 week after school got out, June 28th, 2000, we were in the weight room. We were on the track. They were puking. I was puking, but we're in this thing together, man. I thought for sure that my letter's going to scare them off, that the first workout's going to scare them off. More came out. Lacrosse guys came out. Football guys came out. The problem is they can't skate, all right? But the hell with it. Come on down. One of the mantras there that we had is, you work hard for me, I work hard for you. You work hard for me, I work hard for you. Don't ever ask a millennial or anyone else to do anything that you yourself are not willing to do. They smell hypocrisy very quickly, and they do not like it. Surprise, surprise. All right, so I'm going to track with those guys. We had 2 rules in the team, and you're going to learn them right now. The first rule, only 2 rules. Everything boiled down to this. First rule is work hard. That's it. All right. Second rule is support your teammates. That's it. All right, that's it. Those 2 rules you saw when you walked in our locker room every single day. It's the first thing you saw. Work hard, support your teammates. My team did this 1,000 times. You guys knew it a couple times. What's the first rule? Now, come on. What's the first rule? What's the first rule? What's the second rule? What's the second rule? What's the second rule? All right, that's it. Do that, we're going to win games. All right? I said in the first meeting, we are playing for a state title now. We're trying to build it now because I'm crazy. All right? That never hurts. So we're on the track. You'll see this in the video here in a little bit. We're on the track. We're working our butts off. One day in late July, we've been together about a month. It's one of these classic Michigan days. It rains cats and dogs in the morning. We get out there. We're in the weight room from 12 to 12:30 working hard. We're on the track at 12:30, high noon. All right, and the sun's out, the rain's long gone, it's blazing hot all of a sudden, and we're there at the starting line about to do our relays. We do our relays together against the clock. I don't want competition like that. It's us against the world. All right, so we're there on the starting line, and the steam starts coming up from the track. I mean, lots of it. So much, I've never seen a day quite like this. So much so I look behind me and say, gentlemen, look down that track. And they all do, and I say, can you guys see the football goalposts at the end? And you can't, all right, because they're going like this. I said, we have the honor of being out here on the hottest freaking day of the entire summer, maybe the entire decade, all right? And we are here. We are lucky that our timing is such that at 12:30 on Wednesday, we are here on this track. So I don't see Pioneer here. I don't see Trenton here. They're home playing video games and eating Twinkies because that's what those guys do. And we are here working our butts off. We're not only not going to whine about this, we're going to celebrate this, we're going to embrace it, and we're going to smash every single record on this track that we've set for the first month, and we did. And we did. They like to be challenged. Don't tell me they don't. More guys came down after that workout. And at one point, one of the younger guys was whining about something. I just turned to him and said, hey, man, you play for Huron. It is harder over here. And I just say a lot of things, obviously, but my captain, Mike Henry, he made that his own mantra, and that became the team's mantra. Mike was the guy who suggested putting that on the wall of our locker room, and we did. That became Mike's mantra. And all we ever had to say is, whenever things get tough, you just turn to a guy and say, you play for Huron. Boom. You are a Navy SEAL. All right? We don't bitch about this stuff. All right? You play for Huron. So on that track, we smashed all those records. That was that great summer. You advance forward to the season. We had a lot to learn still, of course. We played Trenton, has won all these state titles. And our first time we played them, the final score, I'm not making this up either, was 14-2. They had the 14. And we're not playing football. So you get there by ones, and that's a very long process. We had to sit and watch all of them. By the end of that game, I could sing the Trenton fight song. So that's a low point. Or it could have been, it was actually a high point. When we walked in the locker room, I said, gentlemen, sit down. And I said, when you walk past that door, what's the first rule you saw? You know it. What's the first rule? What's the first rule? What's the second rule? Second rule. All right, we lost 14-2. I was there. Did you guys work hard, solid, for 45 minutes? They said, yes, we did. All right, now one guy there, you're right, sir, you're right. I love this guy. He's not aged well over the years. I'm kidding. For 28, just kidding. I like enthusiasm. So, all right, I said, did you work hard? And they said, yeah, we did. We worked hard for 45 minutes with no let-up whatsoever. I said, gentlemen, you're losing 14-2. That is the hardest it gets. It will always be easier than that. Did you support your teammates? And they thought about it, and they said, yeah, we did. No one bitched at each other, no pointing fingers, all right, no getting mad, no outbursts. And I thought, man, you guys followed the two rules. Work hard, support your teammates to a T, in the toughest game you'll ever play here at Huron. That is heroic. Don't you forget it. We're playing those bastards again, all right? And when we do, I'll remind you of this day. All right, so we won 7 games that year as the most improved team in school history, so that was cool. All right, the next year, the seniors take over because they all know what's going on by now. They all know the program. When people say, oh, I want my guys to lead by example, we had a name for people who led by example. It's very important. But the name we had for people who led by example, sophomores. All right? Because what the hell does that mean? That means what? You know your job and you do your job. Congratulations, all right? You don't get a prize for that. You get a jersey, and that's one hell of a prize. That just means you're a sophomore. Your junior year, I want you to know your job, do your job, know everyone else's job. Your senior year, you better know your job, everyone else's job, do your job, and make sure they do their job too, because you are now a leader of this team. All seniors lead my team. It can't be you versus them, because I got 25 of them and one of me. They're going to win, okay? It's got to be layers of leadership, and these guys like to lead, and they proved it, by the way, several times that summer. We're on the track. We got a relay system with 3 groups leaving. One group leaves. They give the batons to this group. They give the batons to the third group. We keep going around for a whole period, all right, 7 shifts each, simulating a period of hockey. And the seniors figured out, not me, that for that clock to get down, you only got one clock, one time for everybody. The last guy finishes, that's the time. So we're all in this together. All right? They're the ones who figured out the fastest runners wait for the slowest runners. They make it harder on themselves to make it better for the team. I did not tell them to do that. They figured that out on their own. And you see that from 17-year-olds, and you think, hell yeah, these guys know exactly what they're doing. So they did that. We get on the bus for away games. We're dressed like this, green shirt, gold tie, fleeces. And near the end of our trips, we'd stretch out. We'd go through our mantras for each zone of the rink. You guys already know that. And we end with the theme from Shaft. Perhaps that surprises you. All right, I need you guys, you have 4 answers here. I'll give you this question in a second. The first answer is Shaft. First answer? Shaft. Second answer is Shaft. Second answer? Shaft. Third answer is shut your mouth. Third answer? Shut your mouth. Fourth answer is we can dig it. Fourth answer? We can dig it. All right, we've gone through everything. We're lean and mean. All right, and I say to them, oh yeah, gentlemen, one more thing before I get off this bus. Who's the cat who won't cop out when there's danger all about? Damn straight. Who's the man who risks his neck for his brother man? Shaft. Right on. They say this cat Shaft is one bad mother, but I'm talking about Shaft. We can dig it. There you go. I said, we're ready. Let's go kick their ass. All right? When we got off that bus, all right, the seniors inspected everyone else. Not me, the seniors did, to make sure the zipper was right here, your knot was tied right, you were wearing dark socks, all this stuff. The seniors did all that. We walk off that bus, man. I wanted the other parents, I wanted the other players to see my guys walk through their lobby because, man, that was impressive. That was impressive. On the national anthem, they all stand there on the blue line, feet shoulder-width apart, helmet in your right hand, stick in your left hand, and you don't move a muscle until the last beat of the song. One beat later than that, the captain and only captain raises his stick. Everyone else raises their stick. You crash him down. Boom. We get together, and we are ready to go. You see that, you know you're in trouble. I got letters from parents in Traverse City, Muskegon, and Grosse Pointe about just the national anthem and how our guys did it. A point of pride with them. All right, that second year, we won 16 games. So again, we're the most improved team in school history. And it's not because I scored any more goals as a coach, as a player, as a coach I did as a player, obviously. We played Trenton again in the regional final. We've got 16 wins. All right, this game is back and forth. It's 2-2 into the third period. They score a goal, 3-2. We got all kinds of pressure. We hit some pipes. We can't get it to go. We lose 3-2 in the regional final against Trenton, but we outshot them. And in my opinion, by a little bit, we outplayed them. And their parents, their fans, their students gave our guys a standing ovation. And they deserved it. They know good hockey when they see it, and we were giving them a hell of a good game. And I told them afterwards, by the way, as far as they deserved it, that's how you do it. If you want to piss off a millennial, take credit for his work. All right? They don't like it any more than we do. All right? And a dumb coach will tell you, will take credit for a win. You do that, they quit playing for you. When you are a leader, I don't care what your division, your school, whatever else, you are a conductor. And the great news is you've got all the power in the world. The bad news is the baton makes no sound. You are at their mercy to play the song. Don't forget that. On game nights, I wear shoes. All the coaches wear shoes. Whatever happens out there tonight, the hits, the passes, the block shots, the goals, that's you guys, and you guys get all the credit. And they did. Third year, we got it rolling now. You'll see in this video in a second. I would take a senior captain, run him up the stadium stairs at Michigan. We'd run all the stairs, 4,000 stairs. We'd touch them all. We'd beat usually Michigan hockey's record pretty close. All right, I'd grab the captain, run him up. With one exception, you're going to see Rob Demire up there. And Rob Demire, he tried out for the team as a freshman. I love this kid. Not a bad player, good hands. He's 100 pounds overweight. And I talked to Rob yesterday. I talked to all these guys yesterday and got his approval for this great guy. And he said, sure, tell the story. So he was 100 pounds overweight, 5'8", 280 pounds. And I cut him the first year for that reason. Second year, I cut him again. Third year, I'm about to cut him again, even though he's come to every single workout for 4 months, for 3 years. I'm about to cut him again when he walks into my office, which takes a lot of guts during tryouts, all right, and hands me a sheet. And I said, what's this? He said, just read it. It's Rob Demire's plan to get in shape, diet, exercise, all that stuff. And the sixth one said, follow the 5 Ps. And I said, what the hell are the 5 Ps? And he says, perfect preparation prevents piss poor performance, coach. And I'm the Grim Reaper during tryouts. I got to turn away and laugh like this. I'm thinking to myself, kid, you just made the damn team. But I can't say that. I said, thank you very much, Mr. Demire. We'll see you this afternoon. He makes the team. His teammates are thrilled for him. They're excited. It's great. But I said, there's a catch. I'm not going to play you at 280 pounds. All right? You got to lose 20 pounds for me. If you lose 20 pounds, you are wearing green the next game. You're in the varsity lineup for our game. And to make sure there's not just fluff stuff, I went to Target that afternoon, bought a digital scale, not analog, damn it, a digital scale. All right? And every Friday, poor Rob Demire in front of all his teammates had to step on that scale and look down, and whatever that number was, we put on the dry erase board, and we made it public every single Friday. If you want anybody to achieve goals, you better make it measurable, public, a carrot, and a whip. Without those things, it ain't going to happen. All right? It ain't going to happen. If IRS said, turn in your taxes when you feel like it, what do you think feels reasonable? Okay? I don't think that's going to work. So I thought if Rob lost 20 pounds by the end of the season, this would be heroic. We'll get a push before the playoffs. Would be great. 2.5 weeks into our season, the day before we play our travel Pioneer, we've not yet beaten those guys, all the kids come running around to my door and say, Coach, you got to come out here. What is it? Just come out here. All right. I come on out there. Rob Demire steps on that scale. And I kid you not, I'm looking right over his shoulder. It's rolling, 259.5. That guy lost 20.5 pounds in 2 weeks. At that weight, it's safe, actually. We looked into it. All right? The room erupts. The kids are going nuts. They're forgetting all about Pioneer. They're getting his gloves, his helmet. They can't wait. The next night, as promised, he's in uniform. We're playing Pioneer. It's a big deal. The place is packed. Ann Arbor Ice Cube, about 2,000 to 3,000 people there, something like that. And when we get out there, after warm-ups, there's a very attractive young lady, a student, out in the stands, and I never look in the stands, but there she was with a big sign that said, hey, Demire, you're my hero. That's what I said. But then I thought, wait a second, and I smack him. I said, you SOB, I was on this team for 3 damn years, 86 games, no goals, no cute girls in the stands, no signs, no nothing. All right? You have not even played a shift yet, and you have groupies. What's up with that? We had a deal with Rob. He had to lose 5 more pounds every 2 weeks to stay on the team. He did that. all right, the entire his junior year. And for his senior year, I told him, if you get below 200 pounds, I will carry you up the stadium steps. Son of a bitch. Damn scale don't lie. So now I got to carry Rob up the stadium steps. There we go. But that team, of course, finished number 4 in the state. Very strong year. I'll give you the video right now. We'll show you this, and you'll see everything I talked about writ large. Go ahead. Thank you.
Help, I need somebody. Help, not just anybody.
We were not good.
You know, I need someone. Help. When I was young, was so much
Hope you enjoy the haircut.
than today. I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind and open up the doors.
Mike Lapper's in the middle.
If you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? Now my life has changed in so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. But every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I just need your light I've never done before. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground.
That's Traverse
Won't
City.
you please, please help me? When I was
That's
young,
Demire.
so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I've had to change my mind and open up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? Help me, help me. Ooh.
All right. Thank you. A couple of things that aren't in there, I'll tell you now. And one of them is our assistant coach, Mike Lappert. You saw him running, big guy, wonderful man. At the end of our second year together, the kids filled out the ballots for the MVP, the best defenseman, and so on. We take these to a local pub, I admit. Connor O'Neill's there on Main Street. We're looking through these things, and I said, we also have an award for the unsung hero. And most teams have got this, of course. And I'm looking down at the first one and said, hey, Lapper, look at this. You got one of the kids voted for you for unsung hero, even for the players. That's really cool. Good for you. Oh, look, a second one, third one, unanimous. All right, the players all got together. They thought the unsung hero is the assistant coach, Mike Lappert, and they were right about that. I did not tell them to do this. They can lead themselves. All right, they know what to do. And I also didn't tell you in that video, we finish up with we're ranked in the top 5. We're in the playoffs, second round. We outshoot this team 35-15. Their goalie's hot. We lose in overtime, and that's it. And we were devastated by this, of course. Even the backup goalie's mom was in the women's room, and she's a very stoic person. She was crying. We're all crying at some point during there. We thought that was pretty tragic. We didn't know tragedy. On June 25th of 2003, Mike Lappert died in a car accident instantly. And I've dealt with things like this before, but it's still impossible. And these kids, most of them had never even lost a grandfather. So for them, they lost their best buddy, their big brother. It was horrible. So at the funeral, we all talk. We're at the cemetery afterwards. The casket's right there. And I walk the parents down to their car, and of course, they're beside themselves. As I put them into the car, I hear on the hill, "Go Rats." And I thought, okay, we got some spirit left. And I start walking back up the hill, and I see the guys walking down. I can still see this to this day, very vividly. I see the guys walking down, and the ties are off. They're all pulling their tears. The ties are off, and inside, even in this day I'm thinking, man, we know we can take our ties all the way home. You don't loosen them, any of this stuff. And this day of all days, we should have gotten this one right. But I leave it to myself. They've been through enough. I'll let it go. At that point, Chris Fagner, our captain from 03, and Steve Wassick would be the captain the next year. They walk up to me, put their arms around me, and Chris grabs the knot of my tie. He says, Coach, we have a place for these. And I walk up with them on me, about 5-10 more feet, and didn't take very long before I could see 54 gold ties draped over Lapper's casket. And that's when you walk away. I'm still choked up now. That's when you walk away. If you are a parent, a coach, a teacher, a boss, a professor, it is not your job simply to win games, to get pass-out grades, quarterly reports and all this. Your job is to help turn boys into men, girls into women. And I realized that day they had done it on their own. All right? That's those guys right there. I love those guys. We're still in touch to this day. We've got a party in my balcony every summer. On schedule, they will be there, I guarantee you. So when you tell me the millennials are lazy, stupid, selfish, spoiled, I will say, look at yourself first. They're fine. If you give them discipline, they want discipline. They want direction. They want to be challenged, and they want to belong to something bigger than themselves, and they'll prove it to you every time. If you give them your best, they will give you everything. Thank you.